There's something exciting happening in the world of international development. It's called South-to-South Knowledge Exchange. Knowledge exchange is the sharing of experiences among development practitioners, so those facing particular challenges can learn from peers who have solved similar problems. This show-don't-tell approach can be an efficient way for countries to explore new policies and discover innovative solutions. What does it take to have a successful exchange? Have you ever wondered why some are no more than a pleasant trip, while others are truly eye-opening learning experiences? While each knowledge exchange is different, the most effective includes 6 common elements which make up the knowledge exchange life cycle. Paying attention to all 6 elements yields the best results. Let's explore this life cycle through a real-life example between Vietnam and Turkey. The Vietnamese Social Security Administration struggled to deliver adequate services to its citizens due to poor coordination and inadequate ICT systems. They discovered that the equivalent department in Turkey had successfully faced a similar challenge. Working with their Turkish counterparts, they came up with a solution that worked for Vietnam, resulting in improved service delivery. The first element of any knowledge exchange is setting your goals. Defining the problem you are trying to solve and well-articulated goals are imperative. Before committing to a full-fledged initiative, ask yourself these questions. What development outcome are we seeking? What should change as a result of this initiative? An effective knowledge exchange should be driven by specific goals. The goal for the Vietnamese was to have a fair, transparent and modern social security system to better serve their constituents. In particular, Vietnamese officials needed to learn about effective business processes and IT solutions for administering pensions and health insurance. The second element is brokering. This is when you match the knowledge seekers with the knowledge providers. Once you have identified the problem you are trying to solve and what you need to learn to help you solve it, you should find someone to learn from. Ask yourself, who has relevant experience and is ready to share their solution with me? At this stage, it's important to identify change agents on the recipient side, individuals in a position to take the learning back home and put it to good use. Ask yourself which people or groups are most likely to act on what they have learned and make change happen. Getting the right people can mean the difference between success and failure. Vietnam picked Turkey as a suitable knowledge provider as it had faced similar challenges and successfully reformed its social security administration. Vietnamese change agents included vice ministers and directors from the ministries of labor, finance, and social security administration. The third element is financing. You need just-in-time, adequate, and sustained funding. Ask, where can we get funding, and how much would be appropriate? There are a variety of national, regional, bilateral, and multilateral platforms for South-to-South financial support. Before embarking on its knowledge exchange journey, Vietnam was able to secure funding from a World Bank Trust Fund, along with its own resources. The fourth element is design. This is when the exchange starts to take shape. Ask, what specific knowledge should the participants come away with? What instruments might work well to achieve their learning goals? Common instruments include conferences, expert visits, study tours, and twinning. Specific instruments are less important than the blend and sequence in which they are deployed. Careful attention needs to be paid to the participants' learning journey as they move from general to specific benefits. The Vietnamese team chose to do a study tour in Turkey, including learning workshops with key Turkish personnel. They also planned a post-trip conference in Vietnam to share what they had learned with their colleagues. The fifth element is implementation. This is where you move to enact the exchange. Ongoing communication with participants and flexibility are the most crucial skills at this stage. Ask yourself, are your participants free to focus on the exchange? In the case of Vietnam, the knowledge exchange schedule was managed by a facilitator who ensured the agenda was properly followed and who made key adjustments as necessary to get the most out of the initiative. The sixth and final element is sharing results. It is time to look back and assess what progress you have made toward the development goal. Measuring the results and sharing the lessons learned conclude your knowledge exchange. Ask yourself, was the exchange successful? Was the process well documented? As a direct result of this initiative, Vietnam came back with a plan to increase access to pension and health insurance programs. They realized that their ICT systems needed to be modernized, and thanks to the examples from their Turkish counterparts, now had a good sense of how to do just that. More importantly, they also discovered that business processes to manage social insurance reserves were as important as having modern ICT systems. Thanks to this exchange, Vietnam developed a detailed reform plan that avoided past mistakes. Their reform effort could never have gotten as far had they not been exposed to what happened outside of Vietnam. If you're interested in learning more about this life cycle, visit our website to find out how South-to-South Knowledge Exchange can accelerate development results.